Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Falcon Radio Theater. I'm Walter Lutsch.
And I'm David Matsui.
And we're your hosts for the evening. We're joined by our wonderful returning actress, Caitlin Bancroft.
Hey guys, glad to be back.
All right, so if you've been listening, you know what the show's all about. We're radio theater over the internet airwaves. And I'd just like to quick shout out to everybody that if you have a script or if you're an actor who'd love to try out some roles, we have spots and we are in desperate need of scripts. So if you've got any, please send them our way. Shoot us an email at falconradiotheater@gmail.com. That's radio theater, the old-time spelling of theater, R-E, not E-R.
And if you feel like you just don't quite have the right voice for radio, or if you just don't have that writing talent, we'd love to have you as a listener. And you can also follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/falconradiotheater. And special tonight, we are announcing the launch of our YouTube channel at youtube.com/falconradiotheater. The YouTube channel now is going to host all our back episodes of previous shows, as well as all our gag commercials. So, if you missed a show and are interested in catching up, then you can find it there, or if you just want to listen to some of the gag commercials, you can find them there as well.
All right, and with that, we have our first script.
So our first script to the night tonight will be Somewhere Tonight, the Washington Senators' Last Game Still Plays On, by Dwayne Yancey.
It is a spring night in 2005, just before the first game of the new Washington Nationals baseball team. That night, a police officer is driving. In the back seat, handcuffed, is a middle-aged man named Ralph. He looks sober and industrious, the very model of a good citizen, except for one thing.
It's not what you think it is.
The police officer drives on, silently. Ralph becomes frustrated that the officer won't respond to him.
I wasn't trying to break in there. Really, I wasn't. I swear.
The police officer continues to drive on silently.
I mean, do I look like I'm a criminal? Wait, I didn't mean it that way. Forget I said that. What I meant was... man, these cuffs hurt.
Silence from the front seat.
I know it looks bad, but it's not, really. I can explain the whole thing.
Still nothing from the officer.
It's kind of a funny story, actually. Well, not funny in a har kind of way. More funny than a weird, strange kind of way. You know, that kind of funny?
Continued silence.
I guess not. Look, who do I need to talk to work all this out? It's really just a big misunderstanding. That's what it is.
The police officer says nothing.
Are you even listening to me?
The police officer won't respond.
Fine. Be that way. Play your little game. I know how it goes. You think if you're quiet long enough, I'll just blurt everything out. Fine. Well, I'll blurt it all out.
The police officer still does not respond.
All right. It's true. I killed Jimmy Hoffa. He's not in the Giants Stadium. That was just a diversion. You know where he really is? I'll tell you. I'll tell you where every little single piece of him is buried. All you got to do is say the word. Any word. And I'll tell you where. I'll tell you right where I buried Jimmy Hoffa. That's right. You did it. You caught the man who killed Jimmy Hoffa. Think how that would look in your personnel file. Ever thought about that? Or are you going to work night shift all your life?
The police officer looks into his rearview mirror.
One word. That's all I need. And I'll confess it all.
2 words.
Ha! 2. I got you. I made you talk. So, what are the 2 words?
Miranda warning.
What?
I read you your Miranda warning.
So?
So you know that anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Yeah. I know all that. I watch TV.
So if you really want to confess to killing Jimmy Hoffa, you be my guest. You can straight on over to the FBI, and you can see how much fun you have with them.
I don't want to confess to killing Jimmy Hoffa, you idiot. I mean, sir. I wasn't calling you an idiot. I mean, I did, but I didn't mean it. I didn't mean that thing about Jimmy Hoffa either. I was just trying to get your attention, sir.
You realize giving false information to a police officer is a criminal offense, right? So if you want to keep on playing around, I can add enough charges to stretch from here all the way to Anacostia and back. Your choice.
Look, all I want to do is tell you what I was doing back there.
Oh, I know what you were doing. You don't need to tell me. You need to tell the judge. Now, if you don't mind a little advice, I advise you to keep your big mouth shut, okay? You're already in enough trouble as is, and I don't need the extra paperwork.
Paperwork? Is that what this is? You don't want to hear my confession because you don't want to do the paperwork?
Pretty much.
Well, that's a poor attitude if you ask me. No wonder the crime rate around here is sky high.
Caught you, didn't I?
No, you didn't catch me.
Then what are you doing in the back of a police car? You're a funny one, you know that? The crack dealers in the southeast, they're not so much fun. The drunks in Georgetown, they're just a pain in the butt. But you're kind of entertaining.
I'm not entertaining. I'm being serious. I wasn't trying to break in there. Well, actually I was. But not for the reason you think. I wasn't trying to steal anything. I was trying to return. Whoa, what are you doing?
Pulling over?
Why? We're not at the police station yet, are we?
No, but I can't take your statement and drive at the same time. This is Unit 58, going 1063.
1063? What's that mean?
It means I'm pulling over so you can confess to me. Now make it snappy. I'm getting toward the end of my shift, and our chief does not like overtime.
Okay, phew. I'll tell you the whole thing, but you gotta promise not to laugh.
Just out with it. This ain't a comedy club. You don't get points for style.
Fine, just the facts. Okay, well, you see, the real reason I was back there in the middle of the night was I didn't want to attract any attention. Wait, that doesn't sound good. I mean, I didn't want anybody to know what I was doing. No, that doesn't sound good either. I mean, oh, hell. It's like this. Are you a baseball fan by any chance?
Get to the point, or we'll go to the station. Your choice.
The point. Right. Fine. Yeah, the point. Okay, it's like this. When I was a kid, I was a big Washington Senators fan.
The police officer starts the car again.
This is Unit 58, 10-8 and 10-17 to the station.
Hey, what are you doing? Why are you starting the car again?
I said get to the point. You didn't? So now I'm getting to my point. You get it?
But my story! Don't you want to hear my story?
The police officer falls silent again.
Fine. The silent treatment. Again. I'll just tell you anyway. How about that? I'm sure when you hear it, you'll agree with me. It's all right. When I was a kid, I was a big Washington Senators fan. You've already heard that. So you remember the team moved, right?
Lived here all my life.
So you know then, the team was terrible. All those Washington teams were terrible. First in war, first in peace, last in the American League. All that. But they were our teams, you know. And here they are, moved to Texas. They just ripped it all away from us. Just like they did with the Colts up in Baltimore. Same thing, only different, you know? Except instead of doing it in the middle of the night, here they had to play out the season. They had to play one last game. The last day of September 1971. And I was there. We all were. Man, you should have seen the place. It was just one big mob scene. There hadn't been a crowd like that. Well, never, I guess. Maybe that was the problem. Anyway, people were yelling and screaming and crying. Yeah, some people were really crying. I saw them. I swear. They had signs. I think somebody wanted to burn the owner in effigy or something like that. You listen to me? Because this is important.
Go on.
It's the ninth inning. Top of the ninth. We're playing the Yankees. The Yankees. And we're winning. 7-5. I remember that. Because the Senators never beat the Yankees. Not even when the Yankees were having a horrible year. And the Senators always had a horrible year. So we had 2 outs. Just 1 more to go. They were going to go out on a win. I don't know what made me do it. I don't know what made anybody do it. We could have just waited, you know. Except people started running out on the field. I guess they just couldn't wait. They're tearing up the grass. They're getting handfuls of dirt from the infield. Hell, somebody even stole one of those folding chairs the ball boy sat on. I mean, what are you going to do with a folding chair? Put it in a corner and say, hey, this is the chair that the guy sat on in the Senators ball boy. Yeah, that's stupid. I mean, the whole thing was stupid, but that was really stupid. Except, I guess, well, what I did was even more stupid, you know. But I was caught up in it all, you know. And hell, I was just a kid. I didn't know what I was doing. I can't remember now if somebody dared me to do it or what. All I know is I stole first base.
You stole first base.
Yeah.
The actual base.
Yeah. Just pried it up and ran back into the stands. Everybody was hooting and hollering, and security wasn't doing anything. I think they were too afraid there was going to be a riot. They weren't worried about some stolen base. They were locking up all the ticket girls in the office. I guess they thought they were going to burn the place down or something.
So you stole a base.
Made off with it pretty as you please.
You ever heard of something called the Statute of Limitations?
Yeah, that's it, right back there.
That's what?
The first base you caught me with and put it in the trunk. That's the first base I stole.
From 1971.
From 1971.
What the hell are you doing walking around with that for? Trying to get yourself a match set or something?
No, I was trying to return it.
You were trying to return it. So that's why you had the bolt cutter and the screwdriver.
I didn't know how hard it was going to be.
Possession of burglary tools is a Class A misdemeanor. That's how hard it's going to be.
They're not burglary tools. They're just tools. How could they be burglary tools if I wasn't using them to burgle the place? I mean, I was trying to return something, so they're returning tools.
Waited long enough, didn't you?
It's a long story, I told you.
You could have just set the thing down on the sidewalk. You didn't have to climb the fence.
It doesn't work that way.
What do you mean it doesn't work that way? What's the matter? Does the gravity get repealed or something? You set something down on the sidewalk and it floats up to the moon now?
No, I mean, this first base, it's not an ordinary first base.
Gotten you in some extraordinary trouble, that's for sure.
I mean, it's haunted.
Haunted.
Haunted!
You know, you're a little early for April Fools and way too late for Halloween.
But it's true. It's haunted. The thing's been nothing but trouble ever since I had it.
Uh-huh. Listen, no offense, pal, but you can save your sob story for when you get to court.
I didn't know what it was at first. I just thought it was bad luck, you know? Things start happening, you know, or stop happening, whichever. All I know is suddenly I'm not getting anywhere in school. I'm not getting anywhere in life. Heck, I wasn't even getting anywhere with girls. You know how far I was able to get with the girls?
Don't tell me. First base.
Exactly. It's the age of free love and, well, never mind all that. Finally, I decided to get rid of this thing. I'm driving downtown one night, and I just chuck it in a trash can outside some apartment building. And you know what apartment building that was?
Does it matter?
Watergate! I caused Watergate. The thing caused Watergate.
I thought Nixon caused Watergate.
So I think I'm rid of it, you know? But no, it comes back.
What are you talking about? How did it come back?
I don't know. All I know is I look in one day, and there it is, back in my room. I know it was the same one. I could tell. So that's when I knew it was haunted. I tried every way I knew how to get rid of that thing. I took it over to Maryland, threw it somewhere along the side of the road outside Annapolis.
Littering.
And Spiro Agnew resigned.
Not entirely a bad thing.
I threw it into the tidal mason.
And?
Remember Wilbur Mills and the Fanny Fox?
Oh.
I even tried to set fire to it. It wouldn't burn. My apartment complex did, but it didn't.
Interesting.
So then one day it hits me. It needs to go home. It needs to complete the cycle, you know? So I decided that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it to Texas where the team is. You know, reunite the base with the team, that kind of thing.
And?
Got as far as Memphis.
And?
Elvis.
Oh.
It's been like that ever since. I've tried everything I can to get rid of it, and every time something bad happens. Iran-Contra, that was me. Don't even ask me where the whole Monica Lewinsky thing happened. Bush versus Gore, tried to dump it in the Everglades. So I figured this has got to be it. We've got a new team coming to town. I mean, I know the Nationals aren't the Senators, but they're as close as we're going to get. So if I can't get it to stay here for them, I don't know what to do. Can you help me? I mean, police are here to help people, right? I need help.
The police officer stops the car.
What are you doing? You're stopping. Does that mean you're going to help me?
No. It means you're at the station. Watch your head when you get out.
But, what about the first base? What about the team?
Team can take care of itself. But you're going to need a lawyer. The end. That was Somewhere Tonight, the last Washington Senator game placed on by Dwayne Yancey. So for our next play tonight, we have The Liberal Arts Pirate by Dwayne Yancey. A student guidance counselor meets up with a student to offer different career options.
Let's see, we've got your test scores here and your transcripts, and these are the results of your aptitude tests. Interesting, very interesting. We'll come back to those. So, well, I think we're ready then. So, Jeremy, is it? We're here today to talk about some of your career options. Now, let me ask you something I ask everyone who comes in for career counseling, and that is...
Yarr, I want to be a pirate.
I beg your pardon.
I want to be a pirate.
A pirate?
Pirates, you know, the scourge of the seven seas, bloodthirsty, walk the plank, eye patch wearing, parrot on the shoulder, probably want to conquer pirates.
I know what a pirate is.
So, can you help me then? I've already got the earrings, see?
Yes, that is very nice, but I don't think any of the big pirate companies are hiring right now, so perhaps we could...
Oh, that's okay. Pirates are very entrepreneurial. They're like technology startups. Not that corporate life for me, no siree. Too many rules, too many layers of management. Stifles initiative. I'm going to be my own boss. Just run up the Jolly Roger and let the fly with the shot. Give no quarter, take no prisoners, that sort of thing. Unless, of course, there's ransom involved. Then I'll take prisoners. After all, I'm just in it for the money. That and the glory.
I see. Well, if we could move on to more practical alternatives...
Oh, being a pirate is very practical. I mean, there is some capital investment involved. You need a bark, a hull, tub, ship. But if you're really lucky, you can, well, you know, you can just steal it. But then after that, your only real investment is your crew. And you can just scour about any waterfront tavern and find enough scurvy dogs to put out to sea for the promise of easy treasure. They're probably the only ones who didn't go to career day, I bet.
No, probably not. Now, if we could concentrate on...
A nickname! I need a good nickname. Something catchy, something careful, colorful, something that inspires respect for my friends but puts fear into the hearts of my enemies. Do you think you could help me there?
Are you quite done?
A little overboard, huh?
Way overboard.
And not like man overboard either.
Mm-mm.
You mean like over the top, over the board?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I thought so. So, what do you have?
Well, there are the usual openings with some of the fast food chains.
Darn liberal arts degree.
And here's something with pizza delivery, and that's, well, no, you're a bit overqualified for this one.
And that was The Liberal Arts Pirates by Dwayne Yancey. The guidance counselor was played by Caitlin Bancroft. The student was played by Walter Lutsch. And the narrator was played by David Matsui. So real quick, before we go out tonight, or before we go to our next script, I'm sorry, we wanted to have a quick message from our sponsors.
For over 35 years, the Blaine Company has been providing you with the best service and prices when it comes to radioactive material. Unlike most of our competitors, we don't have to use strong-arm tactics to guarantee your business. And while some shadier dealers can't guarantee the seal of their container, our carefully constructed shielding will ensure the safety and health of you and your loved ones, from purchase to detonation. Our certified technicians inspect each and every shipment to ensure its quality and yield. Where others artificially inflate the prices of their radioactive ore, we are committed to providing you the best product at a price that won't leave your grandchildren's children in debt. Whether you're looking for medium enriched or highly enriched, radium or just ore, the Blaine Company will provide you with superior service and a superior product, guaranteed. Blaine Company. Now you have a friend in the uranium business.
All right, everybody, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. That was our sponsor, the Blaine Company. And our next script will be Lucy, also by Dwayne Yancey.
Two goon-like guards drag in a writer who's objecting fiercely to his rough treatment. Lucy sits patiently behind a desk at the opposite end of the hall. Lucy is quite refined and precise. Her desk is painsfully neat, accented by decanters and martini glasses.
Put me down!
Oh, shut up!
Let me go!
I said shut up!
Where are you taking me? Who are you? What's going on?
You'll find out soon enough. Ow, he bit me! Hold him tight now, you numbskull. Don't let him get away.
You're darn right I'm trying to get away. Now let me go!
Boss won't like it if he gets away.
Stop it! Ah! You're hurting me!
Quit squirming!
Not until you let me go and tell me what's going on!
Hey, don't bite me again. Oh, shut up, both of you. Hey!
I'm gonna call the cops. You'll be hearing from my lawyer about this. I'll make you pay for this. I warn you, I have friends in high places.
He says he has friends in high places. Did you hear that? Friends in high places. Yeah, I heard that. I don't think he knows where he is.
Let me go. I'm warning you. I'm giving you 10 seconds, starting right now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
All right, let him go. Drop him. You heard what I said, you dunderhead. Let him go. All right. The guards let go of the writer simultaneously, dropping him to the ground.
Ah!
Hey, don't hurt him. Boss won't like it if you hurt him. You said drop him. I said let go, you blockhead.
That's enough, boys. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, boss. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. I hope they weren't too rough on you. Sometimes the boys get a little, shall we say, enthusiastic about their work.
What in the hell is going on here? That's what I want to know.
Please, watch your language.
What are you talking about? One minute I'm opening my door to get the newspaper. The next minute these two goons jump out of the bushes, grab me, and carry me off. Where in the hell am I anyway?
Please. I'm glad to see you have a keen sense of direction, but the article, it's got to go.
The what?
The article. Don't tell me a famous writer like you doesn't know his grammar. Articles. A, and, in this case, the.
Famous? What in the hell are you talking about? I'm not famous. Not that I'd object to being famous, mind you.
Shh. Right there. You did it again.
Huh?
You said the hell, as in, what in the hell? Very bad. Very bad. I don't want to hear that again.
Well, excuse me. You'll have to wash my mouth out with soap then. But when these two brutes...
Oh, it's not that. Believe me, I've heard worse words. It's the misuse of the article that disturbs me. It's a sign of disrespect.
Disrespect?
Oh, yes. Very disrespectful. You see, hell is a proper name. It doesn't require an article.
Hell?
I can see you're confused. Okay, here's another example. It's like the large former Soviet republic that borders the Black Sea. People used to call it the Ukraine, as if it were simply a geographic designation, like the Great Plains, or the Middle East, or the Arctic.
Yeah...
Well, Ever since the breakup of the Soviet Union, the territory east of Romania and west of Kazakhstan and south of Russia is now an independent state. So the correct name has no the, it's simply Ukraine, because that's the formal name of the country. If you say the Ukraine, it's taken as a sign that you're disputing the country's sovereignty by referring only to its geography. Now, you wouldn't want to do that, would you?
I see. No. I mean...
It's like the difference between saying the Mississippi to refer to the river and simply Mississippi to refer to the state.
All right. I get it. You're as bad as my editor.
Good. I'll take that as a compliment. So, let's try this again.
Try what again?
Your question.
What question?
Come now, you can't be so forgetful. Your question about what's going on, about where you are.
You mean what in the...
Let's try it again without the article. Here, we'll do it together.
Huh?
Repeat after me. What in hell?
What in hell?
Good, very good. All together now.
What in hell is going on here?
There, that's better. Much more respectful. And I do like to get some respect now and then. Any other questions while we're at it?
Who in the hell... who the hell are you?
Ah, well, now we've come to it, don't we?
Lucy addresses the guards who have been shifting their feet anxiously for a while.
Oh, you boys can run along now. I think I can handle him from here, now that I've taught him some proper respect for who he's dealing with.
Oh, yes, boss.
Yes, ma'am.
Now then, perhaps we can get down to business.
Business.
Yes, business.
And what business might that be, pray tell, that you had to send some thugs to abduct me off the street?
Thugs? Really now, let's not dwell on that unpleasantness, shall we?
Well, that's easy for you to say. I think I have a bruise.
I have a little proposition I think you might find interesting.
You know, most people would just call to make an appointment.
I'm not most people, now am I? I like to use a little, shall we say, friendly persuasion.
Some persuasion.
Please, relax. Have a seat.
The writer looks around the office for a few seconds before holding out his arms in confusion.
I don't see a chair.
I suppose you're right. I guess most of my visitors aren't really coming here to sit and chat. Well, that's all right. We won't be here all that long. Certainly not for an eternity. So, as I was saying, I have a little proposition for you to consider. So, you're a writer, as I understand it.
Yeah, a novelist, actually.
Oh, so you write lies, then?
Lies?
Yes, you make stuff up.
It's called fiction.
Like I said, lies. Oh, pardon me, I'm totally forgetting my manners. Would you care for a drink?
Sure. It's a little hot in here.
Sorry, no can do. It's against the rules.
What?
Sorry, I couldn't resist. Just a little my devilish humor there. Of course, I'll get you something.
Lucy pours and shakes a martini before pouring it into a glass and setting it across the table to her guest.
Here you go.
Thanks.
I warn you, it's on the dry side.
What is this?
What do you think it is? It's a martini.
Can I just have some water, please?
Water? You're not one of those temperamental artists, are you? Because if you are, I'm not having anything to do with that.
No, it's just that I'm thirsty, and I want some water.
No. All right. I thought water writers were the drinking types.
Well, maybe Hunter S. Thompson does. Me, I just stick to some Evian.
Lucy unlocks a cabinet behind her desk and tosses a water bottle to the writer.
You drive a hard bargain.
Thanks. I think.
Don't tell anybody about this. I don't want word to get around, okay? It might ruin my reputation.
I won't tell a soul.
Not even the tortured ones?
What?
Sorry. Just a little inside joke.
The writer winces as he sips down his drink.
What's wrong now?
It's really warm.
Well, don't press your luck by asking for ice. This isn't exactly a luxury 5-star hotel here, you know.
I noticed.
So, you're probably wondering who I am and what all this is about, now aren't you?
Yeah, a little. Who, what, where, why.
You left out the when, but I suppose you know that one already. But I'm glad to see you've got the basic journalism questions down pat. They'll come in useful when we get down to the writing part.
Well, you know, I used to work for a newspaper. Wait, what writing part?
Ah, newspaper man. So you do have some experience writing lies then. I knew it. Speaking of which, have you seen what's in the Times today? Can you believe this garbage?
I'm sorry. I hadn't gotten through the paper this morning when your barbarians came and dragged me off.
Please please, let's not harp on that, shall we? I realize the quality of the help sometimes leaves a bit to be desired, but you don't find many choir boys down here. A few priests, maybe, but that's another matter. So, I'll get right down to it. Please allow me to introduce myself. No, wait, that line's been used before. Tell me, what do you think of that song? Do you think it's libelous in any way, or I've always thought it was rather flattering, but I've heard some people take it the wrong way. What do you think?
What song are you talking about?
What song? Really? Sympathy for the Devil? The Rolling Stones?
Oh, that one. Yeah, that's an old song.
How old are you?
33.
And you don't know Sympathy for the Devil?
I think my parents used to listen to that.
And let me guess, you rebelled and grew up listening to opera.
Actually, I'm rather partial to country music.
Oh, that's acceptable. Very acceptable. Lots of drinking and cheating songs in country music. You know, I've always wondered why people don't complain more about country music. Plus, you can make out the words. Well, anyway, I'm getting off track. I tend to do that sometimes. I suppose it's my devil-may-care attitude. That was a joke. You're supposed to laugh.
Oh.
So, can you guess my name?
Um...
That's another joke, too, but if you don't know the song, I don't suppose you got it.
Not really.
Here, let me give you a hint. Could it be Satan?
What?
Or maybe you know some of my other names. Beelzebub? I think the Z sound that gives it the one little zing, you know? Don't you think? Just try saying that a few times. Beelzebub, Beelzebub. It's quite a lot of fun. Or how about Mephistopheles? I rather like that one too, kind of mysterious and exotic, but it's much too long. How about Old Scratch? I never really understand what that one was all about, but I suppose it's endearing in a favorite crazy uncle kind of way. Except you can see I'm more of an aunt than an uncle, but you get the idea. And I'm sure you know Lucifer.
Are you telling me that you're the
devil?
Well, yeah, the devil.
You can call me Lucy if you'd like. I think we can be informal, don't you think?
You're the devil, but you're
a woman?
Yeah.
Would I be more believable if I wore a blue dress? I never thought I looked good in blue, no matter what Mitch Ryder said. Don't tell me you don't know that one.
But I thought the devil was,
all red and scraggly and had little horns and cloven feet and sharp pointy tail?
Yeah, just like that.
Lies! All lies spread by my competitors. Why would the devil be ugly and disgusting? Shouldn't I be beautiful and appealing? Makes for more temptation that way, don't you think?
Yeah, actually, that makes sense.
I'm very good at the temptation thing, if I do say so myself. You sure you don't want a drink?
I'm sure.
I can see you're going to be a tough one. That's okay. I respect tough. I like a challenge.
So, if you're the devil, is this, am I in,
That's right. You've gone straight to hell, except maybe for that little detour where we're paving the road with good intentions.
But, am I... What did I... Oh, it was that tax thing, wasn't it? I knew I shouldn't have claimed those deductions, but my accountant, he told me that nobody ever checks those, and if I ever did get audited, I could just claim I lost the receipts.
Relax, you're not dead, and you're not going to burn in hell for fudging those 1040s.
Phew. That's a relief.
Your accountant, on the other hand, that's another matter. I don't believe I'm familiar with him. He sounds like someone I should get to know. What's his name?
Look, I'll tell you anything you want. Anything. His name's Smith, and he's got an office on Humboldt Street. 3689 Humboldt Street.
Lucy draws a piece of paper and a pen from a drawer in her desk and writes it down with great interest.
Thank you. You've been very helpful. Don't think I won't remember that when the time comes.
And the time comes for what?
Though I am surprised a writer can afford an accountant. They must be paying you more than I thought. Guess I'll just have to jack up the wages of sin again. Darn that supply and demand thing.
Lucy presses a button for the phone on her desk.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you send in the boys, please?
Right away. Look, I'm sure there's been some mistake here.
You know, that's what they all say. You know who really seemed surprised to wind up here? Those September 11th hijackers. You know, for some reason, they really seemed shocked that they hadn't gone straight to paradise. They kept asking me, where are my 70 virgins? I was promised 70 black-eyed virgins. I'm afraid I couldn't help them. I assure you, there are very few virgins in hell.
Oh, you call, boss?
Here's a name to add to your list. See to it that we pay him a little visit sometime soon.
Yes, boss.
Hey, we like visiting people, don't we?
No rough stuff now. This is a friendly visit.
Yes, boss.
Oh, why we got to be friendly?
Let him know how much we appreciate his business. See if there's anything we can do for him. Put him in our debt.
Yes, boss.
Subtly usually works much better than the direct approach anyway, don't you think? Use your charms. You do have charms, don't you? Remember how we talked about the importance of making a good first impression? What have I told you? Repeat after me. You never get a second chance to make a good first impression. I especially like that no second chance part. You're dismissed.
What's that say? I can't read our handwriting. Neither can I. Does that say 3 or 8? And is that a 6 or a 9? What are we going to do? Well, we'll just have to go to all the different combinations, I reckon. Oh, that's a lot of work. You fool, the more places we go, the more likely we are to make the quota this month. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a great idea. Of course it is. Now shut up and go. You're not my boss. Shut up and move. Ow!
The guards exit, still shoving each other.
Sorry, it's hell to keep up with the paperwork, you know. That was a joke. You can laugh.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I didn't know.
Look, if we're going to be working together, you're going to need to know when to laugh at my jokes, okay? Because I don't like when people don't laugh at my jokes.
Who said anything about us working together?
Well, I was getting to that. You see, I need a writer.
You need a writer?
Yes, technically, maybe a ghostwriter. Always like the sound of that. Or maybe it could be one of those as told to arrangements, where you get some sort of credit down the bottom in smaller type. That's how the other fellow did his book, sort of, anyway. Different writers got to name different chapters after themselves. I don't know if that's an argument for doing it that way or not doing it that way. What do you think?
The other fellow? What are you talking about?
The other fellow! Don't make me spell it out for you. Surely you've heard of the other fellow's books. It's been on the bestseller lists practically for eternity, it seems.
Are you talking about the Bible?
Is the Pope Catholic? Wait, you don't need to answer that. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Now look what you've done. You've made me start talking about religion. I do hate shop talk. But yes, you know what book I'm talking about. It's been quite successful for him, if you've noticed.
So, you want me to help you write your own book?
Sure, why not? I mean, I suppose I could do it myself, but I'm trying to rely more on subcontractors these days.
But why me?
Well, for one thing, Anne Rice is too expensive, and she's too wordy anyway. I was thinking some nice, lean, spare prose. Maybe not as spare as Hemingway, but you know what I mean. You do know what I mean, don't you?
I think so, but why does the devil need a book written about herself?
You see, it's like this. I've been quite successful, if I do say so myself, at building a strong name identification over the years. But as they say in politics, my negatives are rather high.
I see. And is that really a problem if you're the devil?
What do you mean?
Well, aren't people supposed to have an unfavorable view of you? Isn't that the point?
The point of what? My little pitchfork? Jabbing you like this, and like this, and like this?
Ah!
Lucy leans over the desk and pokes the writer repeatedly in the arm with her pen.
Ow! Stop that! Ah! What's this all about?
See? You even believe the whole pitchfork thing. Now, where did you ever get that idea?
I don't know. I just thought the devil was supposed to have a pitchfork.
See? That's part of the problem right there. Here we are living in the information age, and you still have this 19th century agrarian society view of the devil. It's time to update my image, set the record straight, put my spin on things.
I see. Well, I don't know if I can help you there. Sounds like what you need is a good advertising agency. I can recommend several. I know some people in New York.
See, I think I need to talk up the whole law and order thing. You know, the importance of swift and pure punishment in the afterlife. I think that would reach out to the Republicans. Wouldn't you agree? I think I should be positioned a little more to the right, don't you?
Or maybe you could make the rounds of those Sunday morning news programs. I hear that works wonders, and you'd be in good company from what I've seen on some of them.
You know, I'm really providing a necessary service in the great scheme of things. I mean, if there were no hell, what would you do with all the sinners? Why, you could even say I'm doing the Lord's work here. Oh, I think I like that. That would get people to sit up and take notice, don't you think?
Yeah, right. Sounds good. Well, I'm glad to see you've got it all figured out.
Put that down, will you? I think there's something there we can work with. You could even say I'm a necessary evil. Ooh, I like that. Make sure we capture that. You are taking notes, aren't you?
Can I go now?
Mind you, it's just a concept. We can flesh it out as we go along. I'm very good at when it comes to fleshing things out, don't you think?
Well, I really think Madison Avenue is what you need. Some 30-second spots, make the round of the talk shows, maybe a Saturday Night Live guest spot. You know, Richard Nixon was on Laugh-In back in the 60s. That was a big part of his image makeover, and that worked for him, at least for a little while. So I really think you ought to consider this.
Well, those are interesting suggestions, but that's all very mass market.
So I can go now, if you don't mind?
I was thinking what I need is something more upscale, something classy, sophisticated, something aimed at the opinion leaders. That's why I was thinking about a book. It's very, counterintuitive. Sort of a throwback. People hear my name and they think, well, Hollywood, Rosemary's Baby, The Exorcist, Paranormal Activity. You're expecting Spielberg, and instead you get Gutenberg. Surely, you of all people can appreciate the power of the written word. Come on, what do you say? Are we a team?
Look, I realize I haven't been to church lately, and maybe I wasn't completely straight with my ex-girlfriend about what I did on that trip to Vegas, and...
Oh, I heard about that. Quite delicious. Now, don't say the devil made you do it, because I don't work that way. I'm more of a free will type.
Well, whatever. I really don't think I'm the one you're looking for on this project. I've really got no interest in helping you write your book, so if you'll just excuse me, I really should be going now.
Going?
Yeah.
So soon?
Well, I think we're finished here.
Oh, I think not.
I think we are.
Listen, let's get one thing straight, Buster. I make the rules around here. And one of those rules is nobody leaves unless I say they can leave. Do you understand me?
Uh-huh.
Good. I'm glad we understand each other better. Now, I believe you had some sort of concern with our little deal?
How many times do I have to tell you? There is no deal.
Oh, but I believe there is. Let me just double-check your file.
My file?
Oh, I've got
You got a file on me?
Oh, yeah. I've got a file on everybody. Now, you say you're a novelist. And just how many novels have you published?
Well, none, actually, but I'm working on one. I'm just freelancing right now to pay the bills, you know. But,
Freelancing, now. Freelancing. So, the truth of the matter is, you're unemployed, aren't you?
Well, I wouldn't quite put it that way.
Of course you wouldn't. How would you put it? You put down that you're a novelist. A novelist. When really, you're just an aspiring novelist. Seems we've got a little bit resume enhancement going on here now, don't we? I'll just jot that down. Seems to be a lot of what's going around these days. Remind me sometime to tell you the story about Joe Biden's grandfather, the coal miner. That's really quite a fascinating tale.
What are you talking about?
Oh, never mind. You're too young for that. Now, let's see. My records clearly show that on January 26, 2012, you said you'd be willing to sell your soul if only you could get a novel published.
Oh, that. Well, you see, I can explain that. See, I didn't really mean sell my soul.
And on May 17th of that year, you said you'd be willing to sell your soul if only you could get a book on the bestseller lists.
It was just an expression, a figure of speech. I didn't mean it seriously.
You didn't mean it seriously. So you were lying then. You know that's a sin, don't you? That'll put you right on the road to, well, you know.
I was kidding. I was joking. A joke. You've cracked a few jokes here, so I know that you can take a joke.
My records suggest you've got quite a history of making jokes then. On May 24th, 1999, again on June 19th, 2003, and then there was that time on August 5th, 2010.
Details.
You know what they say about who's in the details now, don't you?
I think somebody said it was God.
Yeah, him too. He can keep his own records if he wants. You want in on a little secret? Me and Bill Gates, we're like that.
Really? I always suspected that.
Oh, I don't mean him personally, but that new Windows program he's got, you wouldn't believe how much it's simplified my filing system. And believe me, we do a lot of filing down here.
Yeah, I bet.
Anyway, it looks to me like I'm the answer to your prayers.
The answer to my prayers right now would be to get the hell out of here.
There you go with the article again. What did I tell you?
To hell with the article, and to hell with your book, too. I don't want to be a part of it.
What's the matter? Is it... Oh, pardon me. I know exactly what the problem is. I should have brought this up sooner. My mistake. You'd like to talk about the financial arrangements, I bet. I understand completely. Money being the root of all evil and all that, you know. So, what would you like?
The financial arrangements?
Of course, the financial arrangements. You didn't think I'd expect you to work for free, did you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you were bringing up the whole business of selling my soul.
Oh, it's true. I have struck a few deals now and then over the years. Robert Johnson at the Crossroads, that was a particularly good one, I thought. Worked out quite well for the both of us, if I do say so. He got 3 years of wine, women, and song. I got the blues, which turned into rock and roll, which turned into one of my most profitable marketing campaigns. You see, nowadays I prefer the wholesale trade. Helps keep down the overhead, you know.
So rock and roll really is the devil's music? It's true then?
You got to stay current with all the modern trends. It used to be jazz, then it's rock and roll, but this whole rap thing, I'll confess, I just don't get it. Do you? They tell me I really ought to like this fellow, what's his name, Snoop Dogg or Lion or Goldfish, whatever. But I guess you've got to go with what sells now, don't you? So, what do you want?
You mean in terms of money?
Well, the operative word is selling. That does imply an exchange of goods or services for financial reimbursement, does it not? So, what will it be? Name your price. Come on now, don't be shy. What'll it be? $1 million?
Too
low. All right then, 10 million, not a problem.
No, that's not what I meant.
All right. 100 million, done. What's a few extra zeros anyway? That's how those congressmen do it. You know, they're some of my best customers.
But what I really was...
No, wait, don't say it. I bet I know what you want. I should have realized this from the beginning. I know your type. So, what'll it be? A blonde, a brunette, a redhead, or one of each? You devil you! Get it? You devil you!
No!
Look, don't get too greedy now. Even I have my limits.
Okay, how about if I have a deal for you?
You have a deal for me?
Yeah.
All right, I'm all ears.
But no selling of souls.
No selling of souls? What kind of deal is that?
Well, from my point of view, it's a pretty good one.
Well, yeah, sure, from your point of view. What about my point of view? What do I get out of this?
Listen, just hear me out on this.
All right, but this had better be good. No selling of souls, my eye.
Oh, I think it'll be good. Now, let me see if I have this straight. You want a book, right?
Yes, a book. A nice thick book, but not too thick. Not like War and Peace or Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire or anything like that, but respectable, you know, with a serious-looking cover. Tell me, do you think I should have my picture on the cover? Or just words? Decisions.
All right. Let's just forget about the cover for a minute. Now, if you want this book to have, you want it to have credibility, right? You want it to be believable.
Yeah. Say, is this a trick question? It's not nice to try to trick me, you know. That would be playing with fire. Get it? Playing with fire.
Right, yeah, I get it. Now, don't take offense or anything, but if you wrote your own book, well, let's just say it might have some tiny little credibility problems. I mean, given your high negatives and all.
Go on, I'm listening.
And besides, you don't want to be too obvious now, do you?
What do you mean, too obvious?
About your image makeover. I mean, if you did your own book, what would the spin be? Hi, I'm the devil, and I'm not as bad as you think I am? No subtlety at all there. It's way too transparent of what you're up to. Nobody would believe it.
Nobody?
Just picture this, okay? Here's a scene at the Ladies' Books Club. Mabel, did you see that the devil has his own book out now? Why, I hear he has some stories to tell. Why, yes, Myrtle, I did. But I don't know whether to believe a word in it or not. He is, after all, the devil, you know. Well, Mabel, you do have a good point there.
I was picturing a slightly different demographic as my target audience, but you've made your point. So, what do you propose?
What you really want is some buzz, right? You want people talking about you.
Yeah.
So you want controversy. You want scandal.
Keep going. I like this so far. I don't know where you're going with it, but I like it.
I'm thinking, instead of autobiography, what you need is the unauthorized biography.
Unauthorized?
Yes, the unauthorized biography. The inside story. Something like that. Doesn't that have a much sexier ring to it? It suggests that people are getting some inside information that they're not supposed to be getting. Seems to me that's how you want to get your story out.
I think I like that.
Thanks. It's an old newspaper trick. If you want to bury some of the news, you put it out at press release. But if you really want to get the paper's attention, leak it to them. Sources said, all the air quotes and everything. That gets their attention every time.
Very, devilish. But it just might work.
Yes. So, what do you say? No selling of souls, just a straight-up interview deal. You get your story out.
You get the fame of writing the book.
And I don't burn in hell for all eternity. That's an important consideration, too.
That is the sticking point now, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, I suppose I could make an exception just this once.
Please, God.
Hey! I heard that, but I've got to admire your chutzpah. All right, it's a deal. Just don't let word get out on this one, okay?
Gotcha. Our little secret.
Very good. Well, you want to go get freshened up before we get started?
Lucy again rings her secretary.
Are the boys still out there?
Yes, Mom. They're still arguing over where to go first.
Idiots. Well, can you send them back in here, please?
Yes, ma'am. Right away. So, do we have some paper? Maybe some notepads?
And we'll need some notepads.
Yes, Mom. Legal size is good.
Legal size.
Legal size notepads. Anything else?
Anything else?
I can't think of anything else. Not right now.
That will be all.
Yes, Mom.
All right. What say we get together after lunch? Say about 1. I've got some business to take care of first. You know how the paperwork piles up. And then I can give you all afternoon.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, you ring, boss.
It was his fault. I told him it was at 3 to 6 and he would believe me.
Oh, shut up.
Yes, ma'am.
You too.
Sorry, boss.
Now, can you escort our friend here to the visitor's suite?
Whatever you say, boss.
Come on, let's go.
The guard grabs a hold of the rider and begins to haul him away. All the while, he is objecting as they head for the door.
Of course. You realize that you've just made a deal with the devil, don't you?
Hey, not so rough. Put me down. I made a deal with your boss. Can't you just show me the way? What kind of hospitality is this?
He wants hospitality.
Oh, shut up.
You're hurting my arm. That is my writing arm. I need that arm to take down the notes from your boss with.
Hey, that wasn't nice to say shut up.
Not you, him.
Lucy hits the intercom button for her secretary.
Can you check my calendar and see what I have next on my appointment book?
Yes, ma'am. I had carpal tunnel in that arm once. I don't want it to flare up again just when I'm writing down your boss's stories.
But now that I think of it, you shut up, too.
Hey, your boss isn't going to like it if I can't take the notes. The end. That was Lucy, written by Dwayne Yancey. The part of the Devil/Lucy was played by Caitlin Bancroft. The part of the narrator and both guards was played by David Matsui, and the part of the writer was played by Walter Lutsch.
And last up, we have The Secret Lives of Goldfish, Pirates, by Dwayne Yancey. In a fishbowl, there are 2 goldfish, Freddy and Einstein. Einstein, as always, is trying to devise a way for them to escape to the outside world, when Freddy comes swimming frantically toward him.
Pirates! Pirates! Help! We're about to be attacked by pirates! Help! Help!
What in the world is going on?
It's pirates! Help! Pirates!
What are you talking about?
Pirates, the scourge of the 7 sea pirates, bloodthirsty, walk the plank, eye-wearing, patched parrot on the shoulder, Pollywalla cracker pirates!
I know what a pirate is.
Then you know how much trouble we're in! Help! Pirates! Help!
Where? Show me where these supposed pirates are.
There! Right over there.
Where?
Don't you see that ship?
I see the ship.
That's a pirate ship. Can't you see? It's got that flag,
It's called the Jolly Roger.
Well, it doesn't look too jolly to me right now.
I don't see any actual pirates.
Well, they're probably all below deck, swilling down a keg full of rum. I guarantee you any minute now those pirates are going to come jumping off that deck and swinging on those ropes, and they're going to be waving swords and firing cutlasses, and they're going to have knives between their teeth, and they're going to have death in their eyes, and then we're all going to be doomed.
Really?
Really?
Doomed, you say?
Doomed. Capital D-O-O-M. Doomed.
You idiot. We're goldfish.
So?
This is a fish tank.
There could still be pirates.
It's a cheap plastic prop.
Oh.
Just like that castle over there, and the sunken treasure, and the deep-sea diver over in the corner.
So there are no pirates on that ship?
No pirates.
Oh. And no gold and jewels in the treasure chest either?
No.
And that mermaid on the rocks?
She's plastic, too.
Oh. Well, that explains why she never talks to me.
Yeah?
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just swim around aimlessly some more then.
Yeah, you have fun with that.
I'll let you know if I see anything else out of the ordinary, though.
You do that.
I'm a goldfish, I'm a goldfish, I'm a happy little goldfish.
And that was The Secret Lives of Goldfish, Pirates, by Dwayne Yancey. The part of narrator was played by Caitlin Bancroft, and the part of Freddy was played by David Matsui, and Einstein was played by Walter Lutsch.
All right, everybody. That's the last of our scripts for tonight. We've come to the end of another broadcast day. I'm Walter Lutsch, and
I'm David Matsui.
And I'm Caitlin Bancroft.
And we're signing out. Hopefully we'll see you next week.
And don't forget, if you have any scripts or if you want to join the show, please send us an email at falconradiotheater@gmail.com. And you can follow us at facebook.com/falconradiotheater or youtube.com/falconradiotheater. Good night, guys.
Bye-bye.